Lanak.
He's a doctor.
He's a best fellow. Yes. And he is called in to consult with a patient who is obese.
Obese and ill. He says to this lady, "Please, may I see your wrist so that I can feel your pulse?"
But this woman had so much flesh on her that the only way he could imagine to do it was to put his ear on her chest, which would have been indecent.
So, he came up with an idea.
He fabricated quite quickly a device, rolled up paper really, and fashioned it into a tube. Put one end of the tube on the woman's chest and his ear on the other end.
Oh, how very decent of him, so he doesn't have to touch her flesh.
He doesn't have to even really look at her chest. His head is actually turned away from the patient.
And so, what we've got here in 1816 is the world's first stethoscope. And a very unintimate but increasingly precise and technological approach to defining death, which now is all about the heart.
Up until then, death was heart death. People are dead when their heart stops beating.
But if you fast forward again, things take another turn. Like, just imagine, thought experiment, if King Lear had been written not in 1604, but 1968. LBJ administration. Gay Cordelia would die. Lear would be distraught, but instead of doing the mirror thing again, he would call a doctor.
We're going to take
rush
the
her to the
Lincoln.
hospital, shock her heart, resuscitate her, hook her up to a ventilator and a feeding tube, and there she would be, alive again. Sort of. I mean, technically, yes, she'd be alive because her heart would beat, but the Cordelia that he knew, his daughter, would be gone. And this was the problem in 1968 with all this new technology. ICU units were filling up with these purgatorial Cordelias who floated somewhere in a comatose state between life and death.
You could minister to these people, you could feed them, you could clear their infections, but you could not restore their consciousness. What are you going to do with these people?
In walks a physician,
A very prominent American physician named Henry Beecher.
and he decided that the time had come to
Acknowledge the obvious, which to him was
these people weren't just dying.
they were dead. He convened a committee at Harvard, and he simply moved the line that divides life from death back a little bit toward what most people would consider life.
And so you get, in that moment, the concept of brain dead. The person is really dead. Really dead. Not when they stop breathing, not when their heart stops beating, but when their brain winks out. That, now, is when a person really dies.
Exactly.
Totally invented concept. When it stopped.
One way to argue it was that the brain was considered to be sort of the maestro, the coordinating organ that made all of the rest of the body work, and that without it, the center no longer holds and things fall apart.
And nowadays, most people go with this brain dead definition of death. But where it gets weird is that there are some holdouts. Just a few. For instance, some sects of Orthodox Judaism will say that if the heart is beating, the lungs are still filling with air, and if the lungs are still filling with air,
There's still a soul. The Spirit of God is in you, and you certainly can't be said to be dead.
Well, I'll give you another example.
that's John Troyer, Associate of Death and Dying Practices in the University of Bath.
For example, Italy. They use the brain death criteria. The Vatican, however, its own city-state within the country of Italy does not. The Vatican goes only by heart death.
So technically, according to John, it's possible that if I were brain dead in Italy, the doctor wanted to pull my plug, the family didn't, they could just wheel me down the street into the Vatican and boink, and be alive. Again.
Yeah, I mean, you need a really long extension cord, probably.